Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I hope all of you are doing great. So in today's video, we'll talk about what relative rotation graphs are. So I'm going to explain what relative rotation graphs are and how to use them to find better setups, to find the stocks that are leading the market and find some good opportunities. So let's get started with the video. Standard disclaimer, I am not a SEBI registered analyst. Any stock discussed in this video is for educational purpose only and not a buy or sell recommendation. Please consult your financial advisor before taking any trade or making any investment. So what are relative rotation graphs, right? So that is the first basic question that comes to mind. What are RRG charts, or basically relative rotation graphs? So relative rotation graphs display data in a scattered plot format with four distinct quadrants: leading, weakening, lagging, and improving. So right now it sounds very technical, right? But don't worry, I am going to explain you in a very simplistic manner, right? So basically what happens in RRG graphs is that it is a graph like this, where there are four quadrants, meaning four different areas. Or let's say a single chart is divided into four different areas, one of them being the leading, one of them being leading, weakening, lagging, and improving. Okay, so basically a chart is divided into four different quadrants, and the name of those four quadrants are leading, weakening, lagging, and improving. So these quadrants represent relative strength and momentum phases, allowing investor to easily identify trends and push potential turning points. So what is the meaning of using all these different graphs and different charts, right? So basically they tell you about the relative strength of the market, relative strength of the stock or the index or the industry that you're looking at, and the momentum phases. Momentum, why momentum is necessary in trading as a swing trader, specifically as a swing trader. It is really important that you choose stocks with great momentum, because the whole concept about swing trading is that you need to keep rotating the money from one stock to another stock to another stock, right? So what you need is that you need to make maximum returns in the minimum amount of time, right? So if I'm holding a stock for 4 5 days, 1 2 3 weeks, I need that stock to perform better than the market. I need that stock to move quickly, right? So that's why I'm always looking for the stocks that are moving better as compared to the overall market. That is where the relative strength comes in, and the momentum is where I don't have to wait too much for the stock to move, where the stock quickly starts moving and gives relatively better returns in a short span of time. Plus these RRG charts or the relative rotation graphs will also help you identifying the turning points where the industry or the stock is turning from. It's going from weak to the stronger and strong to weak. Okay, the chart's dynamic nature, with securities moving through these quadrants over time, provides a comprehensive view of a market rotation and sector performance. Again, it gives you an overall view of the market, how the market is shaping, how which industry is doing better, which index is doing better, which index is doing poorly, and gives you a complete overall view. So how are relative rotation graphs created? So RRG charts are created using two metrics. That is, one of them being the relative strength. And if you don't know what relative strength is, I'm just going to simply explain it. Relative strength basically means when you compare two securities, two stocks or two indices, which one of them is stronger, right? So let's say there's stock A, there's stock B. So stock A goes 10% in a week and stock B goes 5% in a week. So it is clearly evident from this example is that the stock A is very strong as compared to the stock B. So that is basically relative strength, where one security is performing as compared to better as compared to the other one. Another form of relative strength is, let's say stock A is falling down, right? And it has fallen around 7%. And on the other hand, stock B has fallen only 3%, right? So comparatively, stock B has fallen a lot less as compared to the stock A. So that again is a relative strength when both the securities are going down, but one is going down at a lesser degree as compared to the other one. Okay, and then we have the relative strength momentum. Basically, this measures the momentum of the RS ratio over time. It is calculated by taking the rate of change of the RS ratio over a specific period of time. So that basically it tells you about the relative strength momentum over a specific period of time. So if your industry has a high RS, so how that RS is improving, right? So RS, there's RS rating, right? So you can rate industry as compared to the benchmark, that what RS rating that industry has, right? 70, 80, 90, 100, 100 being the highest, right? So how the overall relative strength of that particular industry or a particular sector or a particular index is increasing, right? So that is basically your relative strength momentum ratio. So this is a simple overview of what relative rotation graph looks like. Okay, so we have four quadrants, right? One, we have the leading quadrant, then we have the weakening quadrant, then we have the lagging and the improving, and these are the different indices that I have taken as for an example. So let's just read a little bit about these and then I'll explain in simple words. So RRG quadrants. Leading. The securities in this quadrant exhibit strong relative strength and positive momentum. That basically means the stocks that are in this quadrant, this particular quadrant of the top right corner. Okay, so these stocks or these sectors are performing relatively better as compared to the others, or as compared to a specific benchmark. You can take the benchmark any index like a Nifty 500 or Nifty small cap, Nifty mid cap, or maybe Nifty 50, right? So the indices or the stocks or the sectors that you have in this top right corner or this quadrant are relatively performing better as compared to the other ones, as compared to the benchmark, and the momentum is very high. That means the stock in this particular industry or the sector are doing better as compared to the other ones. Then we have the second quadrant, that is the weakening. Securities here still show relative strength but are losing momentum. Now coming to this quadrant that is below the top one. So in this quadrant we have those indices or the industries or the stocks which are still relatively better as compared to the benchmark, but they are losing momentum. That means the stock is relatively, let's say the index has moved 5% and the stock has moved 10%, but going forward the index has started moving faster, but the momentum at which the stock was moving is going down. So basic meaning of being a stock or a sector being in the weakening quadrant is that there's still a relative strength, but it has lost the momentum. Coming to the third one, that is the lagging. So securities in this quadrant are underperforming the benchmark and have negative momentum. So this is the worst one, the lagging, the sectors which are lagging, right? So in this quadrant we have those sectors, those specific stocks which are relatively weak. That simply means if your index is moving 5%, these stocks have moved 2%, 3%, or 4%, which is basically less than the index or the benchmark. Okay, and they don't have any momentum. First of all, they are underperforming, plus they don't have any momentum. That means there's not much movement in the stocks. Then we come to the fourth quadrant, that is the improving. So securities in this quadrant are underperforming but are gaining momentum. So basically what is happening when a particular index or a stock is moving to this quadrant, that is the improving. That means in this quadrant they are still underperforming but they are gaining momentum. That means relatively it's still below the benchmark. The returns it's giving, it's still below the benchmark, but at rate at which it's moving is starting to go up. That means it has started moving faster as compared to the benchmark, right? So basically these are your four different quadrants. Now let me take you the tool that I use to look at the RRG charts and how we can take advantage of it and find better stocks next time, right? So let's go to the website. For this I'll be using the chart maze. Okay, so again, a simple disclaimer, I am promoting this of my own accord, right? I don't have any kind of a deal with them ki I want to promote this tool and I'm getting money or anything in return. I just really like the platform. I use this platform a lot on my own, and it's a really nice platform, really easy to use, and they have multiple tools, right? So that's why I'll be using the chart maze. So in the chart maze, you can you have to get the membership to use this RRG chart because it's a premium feature. You can go to market analytics and then you go to the RRG charts. Okay, right? So currently this looks like a very gotcha types, khichdi types, and it's not looking really good. What you can do is you can just simply deselect all these indices. So we, on the right side, we have indices, or we can have the different industries or the sectors, right? We can have the industries or we can select the sectors. Okay, so coming to back to the sector index, we're looking at the index. So you can simply select which sectors you want to compare, and from here, from this option, from the benchmark option, you can select what you want to use as the benchmark. So I'll be using the Nifty 500 as the benchmark, and I will deselect all these first. Then we have the tail length. I'll explain it in a bit. And then we have the interval. I'll be using the daily only. And zone, I want to look at all 4 zones. Okay, so the sectors I'll be choosing, first being the Nifty Auto, Nifty Bank. Then we have the, let me move it to the center. Then we have Nifty Financial Services. Then we have Nifty IT, Nifty Pharma, Nifty Healthcare, Electric Vehicle, and Defense Commodities, FMCG, Energy. So I don't want to add and realty, sorry, oil and gas. So I don't want to add too many sectors, like 50 or 100 kind of sectors, or the indices. I don't want that. So if you look at this, so this is the current snapshot of the, based on the today's market, what you can see. So one thing that is clear is that Nifty IT, Nifty Auto, Nifty Banks, and Nifty Financial Service, these are definitely leading sectors. That means they are performing better than our benchmark, that is Nifty 500, and they still have momentum. That means the rate at which the stock prices are changing in this particular index or the sector is higher as compared to the overall market. Then we have Nifty Oil and Gas, which was relatively doing better, still relatively doing better than the index, but it is losing momentum and it's moving towards the lagging zone. Then we have the lagging zone, where we have Nifty Realty, that is even at the bottom of the quadrant, right? So we have Nifty Realty, Commodities, Energy, Defense. These are the sectors that are clearly lagging. That means there's no relative strength and the momentum is also very low. Then we have FMCG, which is moving from the lagging quadrant to the improving quadrant. That means it is gaining momentum. Although there is this, the relative strength is not there, but it is gaining momentum, right? And then we have the Nifty Healthcare, which is in the improving quadrant and slightly going down to the lagging quadrant. That means the relative strength is not there, but there is certain momentum, but it's still again going down, right? So even if you look at the, so this is the snapshot of the today's market, right? Based on the today's market, that is the 1st December, right? So if you just go to TradingView and if you look at the index also, let's take an example. Let's look at Nifty IT, right? So one thing is clear from here as well. It was still it was a very lagging index, right? But from the last few weeks, you can clearly see that it has started improving, right? And if you look at the stocks from this sector as well, TCS is doing well, like as compared to the, if we compare it the past performance, right? And if you look at other stocks as well, so they are kind of they have started to move up. And if you look at this, it is one of the leading sectors, right? So many of them have started moving up, like this one. So there's relative strength. That means the overall index is not that great. Maybe the mid caps are touching all-time high, but if you look at the strength of the overall market, it is not there, right? So based on that, these stocks, few stocks of this particular sector are improving. You can look at the Persistent, you can look at LNT, LTI Mindtree, right? You can look at Emphasis, you can look TCS, Infosys, and all. Many of them have started to improve. And another interesting feature is that you can look at the performance of the sectors on a particular date for a 1 month period, right? So if you go back to 24th, let's go back to the 24th, that is 24th October. Okay, so back 1 month back, you can clearly see the Nifty Realty was doing relatively better as compared to the other sectors. And at that time, Nifty Defense was very down, Nifty Oil and Gas was very down, Financial Service and Bank and everything, and IT was still in the improving quadrant. Means that the relative strength is not there, but it is slightly the momentum is slightly coming there, right? So if we go back to Realty, so let's take a look at some of the stocks from the realty sector, Prestige Estates. And if you go back in, so you can clearly see during the October, from 10th onwards, it was continuously going up and up and up, right? So what happened after? So if we were looking at the snapshot of 24th, the stock was going up, the index was going up. And what happened after that? Let's take a look at that. What happened after that? So if we move day by day, if we move forward day by day, right? So you can clearly see it started to decline. You can clearly see the direction of it going, and on the other hand you can see what was happening in case of Nifty oil and gas. So let's take a look at Nifty oil and gas. Let me open charts here as well, right? So one thing is clear, that the realty sector has started to come down, and on the other hand the oil and gas sector has started to go up. So if you look at oil, so let's take a look at any stock like Indian Oil Corporation. So we are talking about somewhere around 2 and 3 and 4, right? So what happened after 24th is that after 30th October you can clearly see the stock started going to up, the sector started moving up, right, till 14th, 15th, 16th November, right? So you can clearly see the Nifty realty has started to come down, your oil and gas has started to go up and up and up. And what happened? See what happened after 14, 15, this phase. What happened after that? You can clearly see the Nifty has fallen into the weakening quadrant. That means the relative strength is there but the momentum is not there, and you can clearly see the direction of the oil and gas has changed to the downward trajectory, like on the downside, right? And what you can clearly see what happened after that. And if we move forward to right now, you can clearly see it's in the lagging quadrant, weakening quadrant, and moving towards the lagging quadrant. And you can clearly see where the Nifty realty has fallen. And if you look at the index as well, you can clearly see it's continuously going down, right? So this is how the RRG charts, that is the relative rotation graphs, can really help you find sectors where there is momentum, where there is a relative strength, find stocks where there is momentum and relative strength. You'll need to get used to it. You need to go through multiple charts, and you'll have to see how it is working for you, right? So this is the basic explanation. I have explained about relative strength in great detail in another video, and I'll leave the link in description as well. And I really hope that you guys learned something new today. And don't forget to subscribe to the chart maze, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Goodbye, good night, and I'll see you in the next one.